Hey everybody, Garrett Pedlar with the Pedlar team in Grand Bend, Remax Blue Water, and I am so excited. Another community profile, and this time we have Janet Cullen of Forest Fritter Friends with me. We are in her beautiful storefront here in downtown Forest. You have to come check it out, but I really want to get the message out and let Janet tell you all about herself, the mission, and you got to come check this store out. They're not even open today, and the place smells amazing. So that's a kudos to what they're making and what you can come get during store hours. But Janet, thank you so much.
Well, thanks so much for coming down all the way to Forest. It's worth the drive. So the Forest Fritter Friends is a not-for-profit training center for adults with special needs. So why did we start this? My husband and myself moved to Forest so that our son, who has autism, could be in his sister's community. So that when we expire, it's not a big change for him. But when we moved to Forest, there wasn't anything for him to do. It was post-COVID when all the programs pulled out and Dashwood closed and LCDS stopped the day program. So we walked the streets and wondered what to do, and God gave us a store. This used to be a hair salon, and now it's the Forest Fritter Friends. The Forest Fritter Friends is a 6-month free training program for adults with special needs. And our team members come from all over, from Grand Bend, from Port Franks, from Alvinston, from Watford. I'm not from this area, so I'm still learning all the names. And it's just great. We get to meet a whole group of families that are looking for meaningful days for their adults with special needs. So that's why we do this.
Very cool, and you nailed the first, on the history and reason behind the business. What makes this so cool is that, it's obviously a storefront, come get your bakery, but there's so much more behind it. And that's really the story I want to get out. And first of all, that it's a not-for-profit. Mm-hmm. And all the volunteer hours from yourself and from the coaches to make this all possible. So give us an explanation on the side, not the bakery side, but on the educational side for these students that come in and, I don't know, do you call them students or?
Team members.
Team members.
Yes.
For the team members that come in and how many a year and give us some of that information.
Well, great. Thanks for asking the questions because people come in and think it's a business. It's not a business. It's a training center to provide meaningful days for our team members. So they come for 6 months. There's intake in September and intake in March. And we work on 4 modules with them. How to be the best employee, the best team member. How to be part of the best team. So to get along with their fellow team members, communication, respect, and things like that. How to make the best product and how to have the best future. So people look at us as a business, but we're not. We are a place to keep adults with special needs busy and to give them tools to make them the best employee when an employer is looking for good employees. And ours will be very good employees. And I would love Forest to be known as the inclusive capital of Ontario. We'd love to have every business in our whole region, Grand Bend as well, Port Franks, to make sure that you're including someone with a disability. And we don't call them disabilities, we call them awesome abilities here, so that everybody has a superpower. And it's something that makes them special.
That's really cool, and you were telling me about that vision that you had. So I'm glad you brought that up because I think that's a really cool vision to have. And, you already have so many reasons to come to Forest and support the local businesses, but that would be a cherry on top or an apple on top,
that's
maybe
nice.
We should say. And then, of course, the bakery. You got a really neat feel in here with the wood floors. It's an old building to start with. What are we all selling? And definitely nail the local side of things that you were telling me about earlier because that's really cool.
Yeah, so why did we choose apples? Forest has an amazing apple history. We had the apple cider factory, the cannery, not the apple cider. We had an apple cider vinegar factory, the cannery, and the basket factory. And also during the war, the train tracks are no longer here, but during the war, the train used to take our apples from Forest over to our soldiers during World War II. So it's really an amazing town. And we decided to go with the apple theme. So we make a lovely local, behind us, it's all empty today though, apple fritter. And it's made with local apples, local sparkling cider from Twin Pines, local flour from Arva, and local eggs from Strathroy. We also make a regular donut made with local cider from Forest Hill. When our team members are here, they train on Tuesdays. People say, you're always closed. And we're not. We're closed Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday we're open for training. Wednesday to Saturday we're open 9 to 3:30 or 4, depending on the weather. And when we train here on our training center, or we go on the road. We go up to Bayfield to see our coffee being made at Shop Bike. We go to Grand Bend to see our kombucha being made at Culture Shock. We go to, I'm looking at the freezer, we go to the fridge. We go to Great Lakes Goat's Cheese and see our curds being done. We go to Twin Pines to see from apple on the tree to bottle. We go and we support local, but we want our team members to know where their food comes from. So it's not just where's milk come from, the grocery store. It's we know exactly where the apple cider comes from. We also have gluten-free, which is something rare in our area. We have gluten-free baked goods, and we have gluten-free mixes and gluten-free pasta. We also have gluten-free, dairy-free items for those who can't have either dairy in their food as well. So we're trying to address the needs of those who may not have a disability but aren't seen in our society and have a real great need for gluten-free food. We also have chocolate bars, which are low sugar, high fiber, high protein, and they're made in Mississauga. So it's all local. And something new coming up is we're going to be carrying Culbert's cream puffs, because we want to show off a local bakery and encourage people to go up to Godrich as well.
Well, and so many, I love that you're doing the gluten, the dairy-free, and as much as some people actually don't, some are prescribed by their doctor, don't do this. It also, a lot of people find how much better they feel when they do voluntarily eat these healthier options or different options. I know myself, like I try and stay away from carbs, and most of that is the gluten in it. And where's the wheat coming from? It's definitely not from Arva. It's from a grocery store or what have you. So that's a really cool mission behind it all. And just the collaborative feel of this place, not only bringing in the team members, but the different businesses that are all local, you know, within a 30, 45-minute drive, you can be at all these places and see the product being made and know what's going into the product you're eating when you come to Forest Fritter Friends. So that's a really cool overarching theme for the business. How many adults have participated, I should say, team members?
Yes.
How many team members have participated in your program so far? You've been open for 3 years?
It'll be 3 years in September.
3 years in September. How many team members have you accomplished going through the process with you here?
So each session will have 4 team members. So we've had, sometimes we've had 7, but 4 times 3, 12 already. And sorry. And it's great to have them come and to have them learn and to be seen in our community. Somebody looked at us and said, "You're a business." And I said, "No, we're not. We're a training center." They said, "Well, you're on the main street, so that makes you a business." And I said, "Well, if we were doing this in a church basement, making donuts, doing training, would that make us a business?" And they didn't say anything, because the perceptions in the past, disabled people have been tucked away doing things. And we want them to be part of our neighborhood and part of our community. And it's really important that they see my son walking down the street. And he volunteers at the Kineto, and he vacuums and cleans there, and he volunteers here. And he's a very quiet kind of Mr. Bean kind of guy. So it would be hard for him to get a job in the real world. But here he has meaning, he meets people, and our customers that come in are amazing. They'll talk to our team members, they'll ask them questions, they'll ask about product, and it makes them feel like the Beauty and the Beast, human again.
For sure.
We all need to have somebody take an interest in us.
Your son's name is Mark.
Yes.
Give me some examples on where you've seen his progress, just being involved in the 3 years of this business, because I'm sure it's been astounding to see.
Major. So he's Major Mr. Bean and Sheldon from Big Bang, because routine is key. And when we moved down here, that was a big change. And then when we decided he needed to do something other than be a professional television watcher, we told him what we were doing, and for months it was no fritter, no fritter, no fritter. And then we opened, and everybody had a uniform on, red and black. He wouldn't wear the uniform, and I had to say, in the past, you were part of a bocce team. Did you wear a uniform? Yes. You also curled. Did you wear a uniform? Yes. So you need to wear a uniform. So he has come such a long, long way. We're so proud of him. And I love Forrest. When we moved here, Mark had never crossed a street by himself. Now he crossed by himself, and he goes to the Red Apple by himself. And our town is pretty special. As a parent with special needs, no, as a parent of someone with special needs, you always wonder who's going to buy their underwear for them when they're gone. And in Forest, we have the Red Apple. Arcona doesn't have a Red Apple or underwear, and Thedford. So God just put us in the right place that he could buy underwear in our town. And that's really special because you want the best for him and others, and to be independent and to have skills that can sustain them through life.
That's incredible. That's a really cool story. And just notable off the top of your head, one of your team members was a shining star of recent, and give us an example of that.
So our graduates go on to do things like go to college in Slanton College in Sarnia, and they've gone on to the culinary course there. And one of our graduates has gone to our local drugstore, CDS, and she is amazing at doing expiry dating. So she's just a machine, and she can go through all the shelves and expiry date to pull the things off that shouldn't be there. And I want to tell you, so it's all about the team members and giving them meaning and giving them the tools to have success. But we couldn't do this without our volunteers. We have 12 to 15 volunteers from the community. We call them coaches. And a coach is someone who gives the team member the tools to do the job to the best of their ability. Like in football, you never see the coach running the play. The coach is always giving them the instructions, the water, the towel, and that's what a coach does. So we have so many fabulous coaches that volunteer and come in. And another key to our success is, you can't see it, but we have our thankful tree. We live in an amazingly generous area of Ontario. People will walk in and just ask what we're doing, and local businesses will support us, like the Rolands and Forever Furniture and Barking Forest. I can name, and CIBC and Morel Insurance. There's so many I can name that have come alongside and helped us. But one of the most amazing ones to me was at Christmas time, a grandmother came in, and grandpa, with grandkids, and they had a family Christmas where they all got something they needed, and then the rest of the money, rather than buying them everything they need and want, they put it together, and Grandma came in with the grandkids and gave us a check for $312.08. And I thought that was such a lesson to the next generation, that it's not about what I get, it's about what I give. And that one just meant so much to me, that it was generational, and it was really special.
That's really cool. Mm-hmm. And definitely a good lesson and life lesson for those kids.
And I forgot to mention, we did get we've gotten 2 lovely donations from the Sunset Community Foundation, located in Grand Bend. And we're so thankful that they've come alongside and seen the value of investing in those who don't have a voice in our community.
Absolutely. And so you hit 2 great things there, is how do you help out? Mm-hmm. Volunteers are always needed. They don't say no to volunteers, so don't feel anxious about coming in. Janet will make sure you're looked after. What is there has to be some sort of a training regimen for a coach. Mm-hmm. What does something like that look like for a volunteer that's thinking about coming in and getting involved?
First of all, we make sure that you have a police check for vulnerable sector, because it's so important. We're dealing with somebody who can't speak and voice, and we forget about that with the way things are. One-on-one isn't a good thing, but 2 adults, we always make sure there's a coach, or there's always 2 adults in a space with an adult with special needs. So coming in, you just join the team. You have a cup of coffee, and you learn how to do dishes and how to coach and how to just stand beside and encourage and communicate and ask, how's your day going? I like your shirt. Just to take interest in them. So that's basically what they do.
Very cool. And is it some coaches you could volunteer 1 day a week, some you could do 3 days a week? What kind of time commitment do volunteers usually have?
We just ask them 1 shift. So it's a 1 4-hour shift a week to come in, and that helps us out because we don't want to kill our volunteers, and we also want to give them time with the team members.
Very cool. Mm-hmm. And for those who have volunteered, to hear someone say we don't want to take all your time away, that's a good program to get involved with, because we all know volunteering, you don't even need to put your hand up. They'll give you a job in
You're
most
voluntold.
You're voluntold. So that's really cool. And then the other part of that was the giving tree that you might see in my top shoulder over here in the background. And that's all the businesses and community groups that have donated and gave funding in one way or another to what you're seeing here. And as I said, it's a lot of volunteering, and they're not approaching it as a business. This is a place of learning, and the money they make off of the goods and what have you is a bonus on top to keep things afloat and keep things running. Mm-hmm. So definitely, if you are a business owner and want to see how you can help fund money or help with a donation, once again, talk to Janet and come on into the store and see what this place is all about.
And we are a registered charity, so we have that information on our website. You can get a tax donation receipt as well.
That's good to know. Lastly but not least is I always like to know what's next for Forest Fritter Friends. Is there new items coming to the menu? I know you spoke about the cream puff from, what's the business called?
Culbert's.
From Culbert's. What do you have coming up in 2026?
So it's been amazing. It's only been 2 years, and we've had so many team members through, and we start again in March. And we have 4 team members coming on, and we have 3 staying to be second level or senior team members to help coach. So they'll be mentoring each other. Every month we change our donuts. We have seasonal ones. It's Valentine's right now. When we hit March, it's maple syrup. So we have a maple butter tart donut. We have St. Patrick's as well in there. So every month it changes. And as well as the donuts, we have sourdough bread. We make that with arva flour and just a sourdough. It's au naturel. We've got many kinds of that. So if you come and you think, I can't come here because you've just got sugar, we've got local cheese, we've got sourdough, we've got date bars and marshmallow bars. There's lots of other things that aren't as full of sugar as some things are. And they all change. So we have ice cream in the summer that's dairy-free, and you can get that on a gluten-free cone, but we have regular ice cream too, and we have sundaes and things like that as well. And am I missing anything? What's coming next?
What's new?
So sorry.
But those things all sounded really good. I think I'm full just hearing that. What's new?
So we're finding it hard to place our team members. We would love more businesses to come alongside and say, I'll take one. I will not take one. My employment place would benefit by having an adult with awesome abilities there. And we want to give you, an employer, the tools to succeed as well. We're looking to hire a program manager, someone who will help with the teaching here, but help with the transition so that they will go to the workplace and make sure that we're giving the employer the tools to make this succeed. We really want our team members to be in our community. We're finding it difficult to place them. And another thing that we're dreaming and praying about is maybe expanding and offering seasonal soup and have our volunteers make their soup. We have 16 volunteers from the month come in and make soup, and then we have soup and sourdough in the winter, and in the summer we'd have gourmet grilled cheese using our sourdough bread. So there's lots of room for growth, but the whole thing is for our big idea. And our full meaning is to provide meaningful days for adults with special needs.
That's awesome. My mouth was watering you talking about the sourdough grilled cheese. That sounds incredible. Thank you so much for sitting down with me. That was a lot of information. Hopefully those who need to hear it. Get involved, and they are always open for volunteers. They're definitely always open for people to come on in and taste their tasty treats. And make sure that you're keeping an eye on their social media, on their website, and that's where you'll see all their updates. But they are always open arms for those who want to help with the process here and with funding, if that's what you would like to go in that route, the charitable number for your write-offs as a business. It's an incredible spot here, and I need to come back on a day that you're open because my mouth is watering smelling this place right now. So thank you so much for your time, Janet. Was there anything else that you can think of that we need to get out to them?
Yes. we're new at this. My husband and I have never been business owners, and I really value people coming in. For us, it's not making the sale. It's giving our team members the experience of selling to you, packing for you, showing you all the things that they can do. So if you could come in once a month, if not once a week, and just come in and chat, buy a coffee or a single donut or something to give someone else, that would really help us practice what we have learned. And our big phrase is that we announce to you as you leave to the store, as we always tell our customers to donut, forget to come back.
I love that. Well, that's a fitting end to this, is donut, forget to come back. Thank you so much for listening to another Community Profile series with Janet Cullen.